All righty. It is Tuesday night. How many of you said it's Monday night? It's Tuesday night, June 1st. Good to see everybody here. Number of people watching on the live stream, a number of people in the meeting. So thank you for being here. It's been a long couple months. We're in our last month here, coming down the stretch for your seniors. So for you seniors that are on there, give yourself a pat on the back. For you parents that are on there, a double pat on the back. Right, it's been a rough go here, but my expectation and everything we want to do down the stretch here is hopefully going to work out best for your children. So let's get started. I put something in the chat. I'll put it once more, and then Nathaniel, if anybody comes late, you just make sure they get it. But I'll also share my screen. So in going through these meetings, right, we kind of were building a plan here as we go, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So I'll go through this, and then we certainly can have some dialogue and make any tweaks that we have to make. So, listening to the feedback from people, listening to where we are, listening to the guidelines that we have to follow. Here is kind of where we are. It's not set in stone, but after tonight, we'd like to pour the cement and get this locked in. So, and I wanted to review it tonight and kind of talk it out loud with everybody. So all of the stuff we're going to do is going to be live streamed, and we are going to follow the COVID protocols that we have. So our plan one was the most popular option of the vote we did, and it was pretty even in our last meeting with the people that are on there. We're going with the most guests. So we're having about 160 graduates, give or take, and the 6 guests gets us to about 480 people. So that's where we're at with that. We're going to do 2 ceremonies. People can pick the time that they want to come. Once we get this finalized, we will announce the release time of pick a time and get that kind of stuff out. Okay? So that is the option for graduation on Friday the 25th. And then I'll go through these next 2 and then certainly can talk a little bit about it. Traditionally, right, there's no rain date. Traditionally, we have a graduation. It's either outside or it's inside. Then we roll right into all-night grad. COVID, all of that, getting that many people inside, we are going to push the rain date till the morning of the next morning. Thinking about the heat, thinking about the next day, we're going to go early with that, and certainly can have some discussion. If people want to keep the same time, do people want to keep that same time of 6 and or 3:30 and 6 the following day? And we can have some discussion there. And so that would be on Saturday again with the parade at night, and then lastly we would have to kind of get this done on Saturday. If the weather is not cooperating, we would hold off as long as we could. But then our option to go inside, there's a 250 person limit. We did the math today, and we kind of measured out in the auditorium. We would be able to fit 40 graduates. So we'll do it 4 times with 4 guests each. But we would only do the speeches and all that kind of stuff once. Okay, so all of that stuff would be live streamed right there, and then we would have 4 shorter ceremonies with just the procession of the graduates there. The graduates would speak twice. We'd have 2 full ceremonies, the speeches, the whole thing. We would do it twice. Okay, so the plan is if the weather is no good on Friday, we will get it done on Saturday, one way or another. Okay, so I will stop sharing here, and we can have some discussion about that now. I do see Miss Darty here that can help me manage the chat here.
Mr. Murata, I have a question.
Yes, Miss Jacob.
So doing the 3:30 and the 6:30, the kids who give speeches, if there are any kids who are singing, anyone who's doing the pledge, they're going to do it both times, the 3:30 and the 6:30, correct?
Yeah, I think it's 3:30 and 6 we had in there. Yes.
Okay.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
they would do the speeches. We'll do the whole thing twice. If we're inside and we have those 4 ceremonies, we'll do all of that stuff ahead of time. We pick 12 o'clock. That way people can watch it, and then they can, get back for their ceremonies and such. Questions about the options, questions about that. Do people have a concern about the next morning? We've all been in this area a long time. Usually on those hot kind of thunderstorms, usually it's like a beautiful morning the next morning. So that was the goal there. That was the thought about having it early. And then again, if people are having parties, that they could still kind of gather, and then hopefully people will come back for the parade. Any questions about that? Our plan would be, again, to finalize tonight and then get this out, doing a call again on our website, and get the word out, and then get the pick a times out there. People have work, people have family. The other thing people asked, we're going to get as many people as we can in there. If you're only bringing 4 people, if you're only bringing 5 people, you certainly can pass those tickets on. We are going to collect the tickets at the gates and allow those people in. So we certainly can share those tickets out and about if people are not using all of those tickets. Any questions about any of that stuff regarding graduation? And for those that have been on these meetings, we appreciated it. I remember the first time saying this is an important process to go through. It has been important, and we feel like we've reached what we think is the best spot for everyone, to try to get as many people in there as we're allowed to. All right. So you're happy with the times? If you guys want to go in the chat, you're happy with the time of the rain date the next morning? You want to stick with that morning time? Anybody have a question or a thought on that?
Hi, Miss Moretta. I have a question.
Hi, Miss Bedford.
Is it going to go by last name?
We're going to do pick a time.
Okay.
And then once we're in there, traditionally, we go alphabetically in there. So
right. I just didn't know, like, with the last names as far as the 2 time slots, like if, certain last names would be part 1 or part 2. That was all I was confused about.
Yeah, no, we're going to let people pick, Miss Bedford.
Okay.
Again, different schedules, who's got family coming in, who's working that day, who can't be out in the heat.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but our goal is to have it 75 and sunny. That's the goal.
Hopefully.
Not 90 and humid.
I hope so too.
And we'll hold off as long as we can. People always ask, well, when would you make the call? There's a lot of moving parts in terms of getting the electronics set up, getting that kind of stuff set up. So we would have to set a time that we would make the call. Right now, if you look at Thursday's weather, we're trying to make a decision about scholarship night. It's hard to read. It's hard to read that weather. But at some point tomorrow, we'll have to make that call because we'd have to get the gym set up and we have to get the word out to people.
Right.
Yeah.
I appreciate the information.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Well, we will double check that and kind of proofread everything and then get that document out. We'll put it on our website and then again get the release times for the pick a time and talk with your family, right? Are there going to be friends of kids that want to try to graduate together? What happens if the thing blocks out at 80? So our advice is to try to get in early on the time that you want to get. We'll release the thing at the same time, and then you can jump in there and grab your slot. Okay. The next part of tonight, again, I'll share again, is just to review the things that we have coming up. I did do the phone call home tonight, and just to kind of review all these things again. Coming up in order, this is on our website. Again, if you need a copy of this, we'll get it to you, but it's on the website. The juniors are going to Six Flags tomorrow. Scholarship night is Thursday. We are going to do it Thursday. Our initial plan, we were going to have a rain date. If the weather's iffy tomorrow and we can't be outside, we're just going to go inside because Monday looks like it'll be in the 90s. And then if it's too hot to be outside, we can't go inside because it'll be too hot inside. And then we'll have and we can't go to the auditorium because the kids are filming the play. So we're just going to try to get this done on Thursday night. Friday here is the Port Pride Walk. I'll go to that document in a little bit that has the times, and we'll get going with that. We'll have some fun with that. The weather looks great on Friday, and then there's a barbecue afterwards. So kids will get the yearbooks, they'll get their caps and gowns and that kind of stuff. Baccalaureate also looks nice. The weather on Sunday, we're going to keep an eye on that. If it is raining, we're going to go to the church, but we have 8 clergy from our community coming. It'll be a great event. And I believe there's almost 100 graduates that are going to go to that. Mr. Artie, I don't know if you have that number, but I think we're getting close to 100 is where I thought we were.
I don't have that open right now.
Okay. Hey, Ms. Shields. And then these trips are coming up. The trip to Villa Roma, the trip to the senior prom, the Dorney Park trip, the musical is in there. And then, the grad giveaway, all these kinds of things are coming. And, our intention is for them to be awesome. Some details about this Port Pride Walk. Again, we're going to meet out by the mods. Kids should go to their first period class. We're going to meet out by the mods, kind of go over the plan for the day. We are going to walk to the middle school. All right, a nice walk in our caps and gowns. We'll get there around this time. The people will be spread inside the building and out. It does go fast. I know it almost looks like 10 minutes. You literally go through the thing, some hugs, some kisses, no COVID, move on. We're going to walk to ASK. They just gave us their plan today. They're going to be mostly outside. We'll go through the school. They'll see their teachers. Then we're going to, come to the high school and then to HBE. Okay. And then afterwards is, the picnic. There'll be food and the music and that kind of stuff. So that is on Friday.
There's even going to be Rita's Ices for all the seniors at the picnic.
Love it. On a nice hot summer day. The baccalaureate, we are going to do it here. We're going to have that set up. I'm looking outside right now. Where's the shade? And there's a lot of shade there, which will be good for our people. So this is on Sunday at 6 o'clock. Ms. Shields, do you want me to close this door? Yeah, sorry. All right. Any last questions here? Any other discussion? Anything that hasn't been answered or you still have a question about?
I have a question. How many guests are being allowed per grad for the baccalaureate?
The baccalaureate, Ms. Shields, I think it is 3 based on the space we have. I think we had said depending on the amount of people that signed up. Ms. Shields, can you check how many signed up for baccalaureate? I think the number was right under 100.
It was 73 last I counted.
Okay. I would say, Ms. Jacob, 3. If people wanted to stretch and have another person there, we would get that to 4. What we did at the academic night is we just had some stacks of chairs there. People were literally in the traffic circle, spread out. They brought their picnic chairs. It worked, right? So we can't say bring 10, but I would say we can. Let's put the number at 3, and if they wanted to stretch to 4, I think we can manage that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the closed captions. I'm recording it. Yes, Miss Shields. I'm getting it all done here. All right.
I'll ask another question.
Yes, Miss Jacob.
How does the parade work for after graduation?
Yeah, last year, we certainly had a little more time. That's why we tried to hammer out those times. Graduation traditionally, a full graduation is about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. With less graduates, we're going to shave off a little time. Our guess is it's going to be about an hour is the ceremony, give or take a little time. So if that second ceremony is at 6, we would invite those people to stay. I think we're going to make the lineup at 7:30, right? So people could go use the bathroom, people could get in their cars, and then we literally, Miss Jacob, did the lineup right from the front of the school. So the cars would face, the softball field and baseball field, like go as if they were leaving Hamilton. They stretched all the way down to ASK, and then they wrapped all the way back around.
So are the kids like driving themselves, or they'll be in their parents' car, however they want it?
However they want it. That's up to them. The car decorations were really fun and exciting last year. It was really nice. There was just pride oozing out of everything. My expectation is that it will raise even more this year. But yeah, that's up to the family. If the family says after graduation, hey, Nate, we love you. You jump in your car, or you're riding with so-and-so, and they go home because they want to get on their lawn and get in a good spot, there'll be probably about a half hour or so to do that. But the lineup will be here. The kids that go to the 3:30 ceremony, they'll have time to come back. Some parents drove them. Some kids were in the car. It was really up to the families of their own. We just ask people to follow, the rules of the road. And kids being in the back of pickups, like we can't sign off on that. And even though we have an escort, the cars, they're moving. The cars are moving. So we would just say they got to follow all the traffic and safety rules that are out there. And then it does get dark towards the end of the parade. So it was awesome last year if you saw it. Ms. Doherty, I don't know if you're driving or you're going to stay on your spot there. We hope that tradition will stick around. Our chief warden has been very helpful, as well as the radio, who will broadcast the names, and then they played the playlist. It's pretty cool that all the cars, all the people playing their boom boxes are playing the same music, which is nice. All right. Well, our plan is to get this information out. I appreciate the very many of you who have been on these meetings. Yeah, John, I think basically once we release it, I think you get a confirmation as soon as you book it, is my understanding. Yeah, Ms. Doherty is nodding yes. So
You should, yes.
once we open it, you should get your time. If it's full, I think it'll default to the other time, or you'll only have the other option to pick.
When will that come out?
Yes, good question, Paige. So today is the first Tuesday. We're going to put this information out tomorrow. It's literally how quick we could get it set up with my clerical who sets it up. My goal is probably by the end of the week, if not Monday. But we also, do we announce on Friday that it'll be open at, such and such time, right? Like that way everyone has an equal shot to pick the time they want.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And there should be a little wiggle room page. That's my hope, right? If if it gets blocked out. But again, we gotta hit those numbers. So that's why we're at the 80 number. Ms. Doherty wrote a word problem, right?
Mr. Murata, did you already announce about what Mrs. Perkowski asked you to about the trip and that information? I'm trying to find the message.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay.
A list of reminders. The class of 21 hoodie. The last time the order is this Friday for the class of 21 hoodie. And that order form is in the Google Classroom. $25 for your Port Jervis hoodie. Kids should see Ms. Perkowski if you need help. And the order form is in the 2021 Google Classroom. All right. Well, to our seniors, you'll be telling your kids one day when they're complaining about something in school, and you'll say, I had to go through a COVID graduation and listen to Mr. Murata's silly meetings. And oh my God, I could only have 6 people. It was terrible. Look, you got all these people. One day. Don't rush it. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for your participation in these meetings. Our goal is to make this a great experience, a memorable experience, and certainly ooze with Port pride. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to bump out to our top 10 and our speakers out here for the Board of Education meeting. So we recorded this. We will send it out to your friends. Help get the word out, and help explain to people the why. That's something that's frustrated people that haven't maybe been in the meetings or watched the videos. The why, right? We're at a 500 outdoor limit, and we're trying to maximize that number. The other word is, right, if you're not using all your tickets, you want to turn them back into us, you want to give them to somebody. Let's maximize the amount of people that we can have at these things to try to get it. And for those that don't come, there is it will be live streamed and it will be recorded. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Enjoy the weather. Hopefully the weather will cooperate the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a good
everybody.
night.
You too, Mr. Murata.
All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go Port.
Thank you.
Go Port.
Go Port.